Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V Series V's. I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I hope I'm hungry because there's a lot of this. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, well, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that's absolutely the case today. I got off work. I was hungry. And originally my plan was to go to a fresh market because they had been going over there and talking. I'd been getting ads and they're like, oh, we got Puerto Rican rice, and this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, let's fucking go, yo. And I went to the wrong fresh market. And I wasn't even close to the other one. And so I was just like, crap, well, okay, what can I get around here and hopefully get a review in? So I ended up going to the Speedway because originally I just wanted to review a Slurpee. Turns out that the Slurpee machine wasn't working. That was cool. So I got to review some Boom Mountain Dew Pitch Black from the fountain machine. Go watch that review if you're interested. But this happens to be the Speedway that happens to have a Boom, a Laredo Taco Company stand within it. So it's literally like, think sort of along the lines like Chipotle or something like that, but in a gas station. And I've reviewed any number of their stuff. Just you can go over there and check out Sampler Platter, Laredo Taco Company. You'll come up with a bunch of stuff. And, sometimes I review their stuff, but I always try to wait until there's like something new. Turns out they had something new. What is it, folks? It happens to be, and it's so much, it's Boom! But what is this? This is their brand new Birria Bowl. If you're unfamiliar with Birria, I certainly was up until literally last year, and now it's everywhere. Birria is like a type of stewed meat. And I think originally it was like mostly made from goat, but now it's kind of whatever you want to work with it, as long as it's done a certain way. I'm guessing this is beef, I want to say. Or maybe pork? I don't know, we'll figure it out together. But yeah, so let's open it up. And we'll try to get a thing for the thing here, folks. It looks like that. Well, ha 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 ha. And basically, it is rice, birria, the meat, cheese, little refried beans, and that's basically it. It's one of those things where they let you customize it, but I just really wanted like just whatever the hell it was supposed to be normally. But they didn't really seem to have like a specifically jotted down thing, so I was like, all right. The only thing I was hoping for, I wanted the Mexican rice, but they didn't have any ready, so I had to get the cilantro rice. So, I also have some salsa, which I may or may not apply, depending. But let's try it out. I do like some birria. Whether I'll like gas station birria. So let's go ahead. Let's get a thing. Let's get some cheese. Let's get some rice. Ooh, it's got a little kick to it. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And actually, I was a little bit hesitant on the refried beans because I'm a little here or there on refried beans. I like them sometimes. Actually, they're nice in this. I mean, the main star has obviously got to be the birria. And I'm going to say that actually I think that it is. The closest thing I could sort of describe it to you if you've never had it, at least in this instance specifically, kind of reminds me a little bit of a barbacoa. Like I said, it's very stewed, so it's, almost along the lines of like, kind of like a pulled pork sort of texture, it's very almost melt in your mouth. But it's actually really tasty. But like it just has that like and fuck knows how long, or how Laredo Taco prepares it. But, like, it has, especially when you get it from, like, really proper places, it has, like, this richness of flavor. And it really does taste like stewed meat. I remember as a kid, my dad didn't do it very often, but he had a crock pot. And every now and again, we're talking literally years in between, sometimes he'd go over there and he'd make a stew or something like that. And just let it simmer in that stuff for days sometimes. And the whole house would smell delicious and you'd want to eat it. And that's what it reminds me of, is like that, like nicely marinated, very stewed, very tender meat. That's proper. Jesus cheese. The rice. Is fine. It's cilantro rice. I like cilantro personally. Again, I would have liked it more with the Mexican rice, but cilantro rice actually works nicely too, because it has that cilantro kind of kick to it. It kind of opens up your senses a little bit. Again, especially everything else that's really heavy. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I really kind of came into this one just being like, whatever, it's kind of a throwaway. But this is impressing me. I did not expect the birria to taste that good. Like I said, very tender, very flavorful, and I like the little bit of a kick that it has on it. It's not exactly spicy, but it gives you just a little bit of a kick at the back of the throat. And then you've got the birria, because they literally will have, like, they have, like, the meat itself, and it's, like, in its own stew, and then they have, like, a separate container, that's what I meant to say, for, like, just some of the birria, overflow sauce, basically, and you pour that on there. And I definitely recommend that, because that is definitely increasing the overall. And honestly, like, even the refried beans, I'm genuinely down with this. I'm a fan. I don't even think I need the salsa. I'll probably apply some, just because I have it, but no, like, that's proper. I like that. Alright, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get this again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. Like, honestly. I mean, is it as good as, like, really proper birria? No. Like, I'm really fortunate where I have a few places around me where I can go over there and get, like, really good birria, and it's like, oh, it's on another level. But for this being what this is, like, if you were to go over there and just present this to me, I would not think that I got this from a fucking gas station. I'd say it's at least along the lines of, like a Chipotle or that type of place, which, I mean, that might be damning with praise, but, like, again, Laredo Taco, I've been a little bit here or there with their items. Some of them have been more solid than others. This is probably the thing I've had from them that I like the most, because I like the depth of flavor, everything in it works, and, you can customize it, you can add or, subtract things. I do think it would have been better with the Mexican rice, but the cilantro rice isn't bad, and surprisingly, this whole thing worked really nicely. And I think it was about $9 for it, which, yeah, it's a little bit much, but, like, when you consider you're getting a big bowl of stuff, kind of works. So, I do think that I would get this again. But if I wanted really proper birria, I would go to a proper place. But, and if I would recommend it, here's what I'll say. If you've never had birria before, don't let this be your first exposure to it. Unless you're in a situation where you don't have a proper place to get it. In which case, it's fine. It's passable. But if you can get real birria, go out and get real birria. But this, as a quick and easy substitute that I was able to get, in the fairly early morning at a gas station, this is going to fill me up. It's going to be really tasty. And so, yeah, I think that honestly, and they do have other options for the birria. They have, like, burrito and tacos and stuff. So you can snazz it up, do a little bit here or there, but, like, I would still recommend it. Genuinely think this is pretty nice. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of the year. Folks, go over here yourselves a truly proper birria-tastic rest of your life. I need to review some proper birria. There's a place not too far from where I live, and I keep wanting to review it, and I just... So many places to review. And I had just limited funds and all that stuff, so... If somebody wants to give me a shit ton of money to do the show... Just saying. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, have you ever had proper birria before? And let me know, because it's one of those things where, and I am not an expert on it at all. I've had it a few times. But, let me know as far as, the whole thing that it worked for you, because, I've had it with tacos, and then there's, the actual stew that comes with it. And I've actually asked, some of my Hispanic coworkers, and I'm like, what do I do with the stew part of it? Do I drink it? Do I just, coat it? And I've gotten every different answer. So, I don't know. I'm this guy. But anyway.